Hello everyone and welcome back to Jasmine's Crazy Cat Tarot. We've got our wild jasmine candle lighting and we have our wild jasmine here ready to read for you today. So the topic is, what is your intuition trying to tell you? And all I'm going to do is confirm your own intuition. So take a look at the 4 decks. You can be drawn to more than one. And when you've decided which one you're drawn to the most, you can find all the timestamps in the description below. And I will meet you at your reading. Hello and welcome to all of my wonderful group ones. So firstly, let's bring in the energy for those drawn to group 1 and let's see what group 1's intuition has been telling them. So you chose the first deck. I think this is called the Lucky in Love Tarot. So some of you could feel very lucky in love, or we could flip it and you could be feeling a little bit like Kylie Minogue right now, which is unlucky in love. But who's to say being unlucky in love or not being in love is unlucky? Because sometimes it's actually very lucky that you're not. So flip your perspective. No matter what your scenario is, there's always the flip side, and seeing things from a different perspective is going to benefit you greatly right now, group 1. Okay, so group 1, what is group 1's intuition trying to tell them? Whoa, and this is getting messy. So something could be getting messy. We have a crisis. So I feel like you're overcoming a crisis, and it's exactly like I said, you're flipping or shifting your mindset, and you're realizing that something that could be seen as a crisis is actually a lucky escape or a blessing in disguise. I love that. Okay, so for my group 1s, I was going to say group 2. Group 2 could also have a message for you. We've got a victory. We've also got spoiled. Love that. So you are going to be feeling yourself. You could feel like there's a victory coming your way and you're just waiting to get your flowers. And instead of looking on the negative side of life or yourself, you're looking on the bright side and you're enjoying that spotlight being on you. So I feel like people are going to want to be in touch with you. They're going to want to connect with you because there's this glow, this aura about you. And people just feel like your look is changing for the better. People are seeing you as a good luck charm. Yeah. Okay, we also have recovery. So if you've had bad luck or been unlucky in love, you are recovering. And it starts with attitude. So you're having the attitude of gratitude. We also have heartbreak. So for some of you, you could have been put in a third-party situation. You could be recovering from heartbreak or a betrayal. But listen, even if you feel like you're at rock bottom, this is the start of a mountain. And even if being heartbroken feels unlucky in love, aren't you lucky that you got your heart broken now rather than later? So instead of licking your wounds or feeling sorry for yourself, you're realizing that something that you felt was a crisis or the end of the world is actually the start of a new beginning for you. And you are glowing up and it's showing to the world around you. So I feel like you're going into your Sabrina Carpenter kind of era, that you're cute, you're cuddly, but you're not as sweet as maybe people think you are, or no more Mr. Nice Guy. You're not going to be anyone's doormat or basically plumaz anyone. You're doing what suits you And suiting yourself looks absolutely great on you, group one. So we also have courage. So yeah, don't be afraid to face the firing squad, because sometimes the firing squad are on your side and they're actually helping you to dodge the bullets. So the bullets aren't aimed at you. In fact, this is the universe having your back, helping you to dodge these bullets. As they say, rejection is God's protection. And I feel like your attitude is changing and you're grateful for even these things that don't seem so sweet at the time. I promise you that you are looking sweeter, even if you're not feeling sweeter. And even if you feel vengeful, as the old saying goes, revenge is best served cold. So don't be in a rush to get revenge on someone, because we can act rashly with a broken heart, and it's a lot more cold and calculated to give things time. And even sometimes with time, we realize that, you know what, revenge would be a waste of time once we're over the situation. So don't make mountains out of molehills, because you're about to climb Everest. And whatever this is that happened, or that you dropped or dropped you, God is protecting you, and any rejection is him just showing you that he's got your back. So if he's showed you that someone else doesn't have your back, I do feel like there's a betrayal. Someone went behind someone's back, literally as the backstab card comes out. But this is for your protection, because if you didn't dodge this bullet now, it might just get you in the heart next time. So I'm hearing John Bon Jovi, you give love a bad name. Someone has given love a bad name in your books. And for many of you, you could be running away from a person, a situation, running away from love itself, and realizing that actually this heartbreak has made me change my mind, change my direction. So you're being rerouted, because the path you were on, or the person you were with on this path, was not the right one for you. And God is just confirming this for you. It's not me. And you've already felt this. You feel all this coming. You're living in the moment. And I'm hearing I want to break free. So you've broken free from some sort of restriction. Sometimes we cling to our comfort, but that's what keeps us restricted the most. Yeah. Whoa. So we've got secrets. We've also got psycho, crazy ex, obsessed, won't let you go. So Halloween season is coming, and that means all the creepers are out. I do feel like if you left an ex and you kicked them to the curb, they are crying, they're feeling sorry for themselves, and they're hoping that you will feel sorry for them too. But it's just so they can secure and become comfortable again in your company. So the next time they'll hit. This person could literally be trying to trap you, because if they feel like you don't want to be with them anymore, they're going to have to find a way to make you stay. Yeah, so this is very forceful, very manipulative, and quite narcissistic, if I'm totally honest. It's making me think of Gone with the Wind. And as Rhett Butler said, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. And I feel like you're saying this to your crazy ex, but you're not crazy if you feel like they're trying to pull you back, because that's exactly what they're trying to do. But you don't want to go down the drain with them. And if they text you, you're leaving them on read. If they want closure, you don't really care, because now that you're free, you're not going back to that same situation or person that trapped you or betrayed you. Yeah, you could have been very suspicious of this person, so your suspicions are confirmed, because I'm hearing Elvis, Suspicious Minds. You're realizing that you and someone else literally can't go on together with suspicious minds. Why? Because you're not supposed to. And sometimes we get comfortable and the rug is pulled from underneath us, but it just shows us that sometimes comfort is not the cure. We think it is. It just puts us into another kind of trap. So I feel like you're liberating yourself, you're freeing yourself, and you're changing your position, your opinion. And yeah, it's very freeing. So maybe even beliefs that were programmed into you, you're breaking them and you're shaking the tree. And hey, even if it means you need to do a bit of monkeying around to find yourself, isn't it better to be able to go from tree to tree and swing where the wind takes you than to be stuck with another monkey who is basically behaving like an absolute Neanderthal? So yeah, I think if someone is behaving like that, you are just not dealing with them. Simple as that. You'd rather deal with yourself. We have the skunk spirit, know your worth. So group 1, know your worth by walking away. And if something smells stinky or if someone's acting suspicious, well, sometimes it's exactly what your intuition is telling you. If they're not on your team, they're your opposition. If they don't have your back, they're on your back. And this could be you really making a decision. And yeah, for many of you, you could be wondering if these puzzles pieces fit together. You're trying to fill in the blanks or piece together the evidence, but you're wondering if this person is really your other half, or you're missing piece, or if you feel like you're actually the one missing opportunities and missing other things by staying comfortable with them. So this has been a rude awakening, but it's God protecting you, and you could be cursing him now, but you will be thanking him later. Mark my words, group 1. So let me know down below if you enjoyed this, if you resonated, what you'd like to see next. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate the help and it helps the channel grow. And I hope to see and connect with all of you again in the next one. Until then, goodbye and God bless. Mwah. Hello and welcome to all of my wonderful group 2. So if you are drawn to the second deck, the Badass Tarot, you are here in the right place. So this is for all my badass bitches and my badass bros. You're here in the right place, and let's confirm that amazing intuition of yours. So I feel like group 2, you're very psychic, maybe so much so that it's hard to even fully know if it's your energy or someone else's, because that's how in tune you are. If anything, group 2, you might need to tune out in order to tune back in to you and see what your own soul is telling you. Yeah, so it's a blessing and a curse to be psychic, and yeah, every psychic will tell you that, including you, group 2. You can tell everyone that this is true. You can confirm. So let's bring in the energy of group 2 and see what group 2's intuition has been telling them. So let's see. What is group 2's intuition telling them to do? We have the Page of Cups, ex-asshole, hey baby. Group 1 could have a message for you if you were drawn to that. We also have the Sun. So there is an ex who feels like you are their sunshine. Maybe not their only sunshine, but now that you're not there, they feel like the world is dark without you. So I'm hearing ain't no sunshine when she's gone. But hey, they're an ex for a reason, right? So you're not wasting sympathy for nobody. You're only giving it to people who deserve it. Yeah, whether that's sympathy or anything else. So we've got the High Priestess in reverse. There's hidden information here. And like I said, you are very psychic. But in reverse, this is something that even the High Priestess herself is not aware of. So very interesting. Let's see. What is group 2's intuition? I was going to say inflammation telling you. So yeah, someone could be having an inflammation. Someone could be celebrating the 7 of Swords. This is the liar, the cheat, and the thief. Yeah. So I feel like this could be your ex. You feel like they are a liar, a cheat, and a thief. But this is you kind of rejecting kind of things of this world, because you realize there's some things that you can't put a price on. And it's things like intuition that, yes, they can be a blessing and a curse, but it makes you see things very clearly and not fall for the same traps or psyops that everyone else has fallen into. But let's see. So group 2, what's group 2's intuition telling them? We have the Death card, Scorpio energy. Fuck it. Yeah, this is making me think of other people drinking the Kool-Aid, but you know better because you've seen it all before. And even if it's not in this life, it's in a past life. You're an old soul and you know the ways of the world. You have experience, but that's why you're not of this world, because you know that that's your own doom, your own demise. So this is you going through an ego death. We have the 10 of Wands in reverse. You're overcoming heavy burdens and you're basically giving yourself your own redemption, your own resurrection. The Knight of Swords in reverse. I feel like you're avoiding dangerous people, and I feel like you could see maybe an ex-lover, an ex-family member, as someone who is dangerous, and you just don't want to deal with that shit. If it's causing you problems and feeling heavy on your energy, you are going to drop it like a hot potato. Yeah, so you're not afraid to say goodbye. You're putting something to rest. And for some of you, you could be harshly rejecting someone because you know that they've got feelings, but you know that you're not compatible with this person. You could have tried it before, been there, done that, wore the t-shirt. You're not stupid enough to go there again. Why would you pick back up the burdens that you dropped and got rid of? Why would you chase your own tail? But someone wants to go around the block, and yeah, they want to sniff your tail, that's for sure. So this ex of yours could be a dangerous, dirty dog. We've got the Hermit. This is you saying, yeah, everyone else can be a crash test dummy, but it ain't me. So if someone's trying to play dumb or make you feel silly for not conforming to what they want, it's just a tactic for getting what they want, and you've already seen all the tactics, and yeah, they ain't gonna trick you again, even if they have tricked you before. So if this isn't an ex-lover, I do feel like it could be an ex-friend, a friend you thought was very fickle. This could be 3 ladies gossiping and bitching behind your back because they don't have anything better to do. They could be judging you for standing alone, doing your own thing, but you'd rather be like you than like everyone else. You can't put a price on originality, and some people got it and some people don't, and you've got it, group 2. So you could be seeing 555, 222. What is group 2's intuition telling them, please and thank you? We've got sweet talk, we've got shocking news. Okay. So you could actually hear shocking news about someone who you used to be close to that you're no longer close with. I feel like there is an ex trying to sweet talk you, but this could also be, you know, someone with bad intentions who is trying to talk their way around. I don't feel like it works on you though. You're telling someone you don't want to have any strings attached, or you've already cut the cords. Like I said, they want to come back around, but you're saying, no way. Been there, done that. This is dead and this is gone. So yeah, you're putting something to rest. And if someone wants closure, I feel like you could be very harsh or blunt when it comes to this closure, this ending. You're not going back there. That is for sure, no matter who or where that is. So what is group 2's intuition trying to tell them right now? We've got bad news. Yeah, so I feel like you think whoever this is that's trying to come back into your life, they're a heavy burden that you just do not need. You've already shifted that dead weight. Why would you put it back on your shoulders? But yeah, I do feel like you may get a shock that someone is getting up to some sort of devilment, or yeah, maybe something surprising is happening, and maybe you won't know how to feel about it. Even if it's someone who's no longer in your life, it still might be concerning to hear that they're being reckless or they're endangering themselves or other people. So you mightn't be impressed hearing it, but it's kind of like you're not surprised at the same time, because people who, they kind of behave like non-playable characters. So are you surprised when they level down instead of leveling up? But you're definitely leveling up, and there's people who don't like that. They see you rising alone and not needing anyone's validation to do that. And these people can't survive or exist without validation. So they think that you're on your high horse, but you've just elevated a long time before they have. We've got the police station, so you could actually be hearing about the arrest of a masculine for many of you. But yeah, if you've got an ex that was, getting up to all sorts of devilment or tomfoolery, as they say, the devil finds work for idle hands, and maybe the police are putting the cuffs on these idle hands. Yeah, so you know that someone is a danger zone, and your intuition is like, nope, because their life is just going from bad to worse. And yeah, they are not getting back in to your good books. This dirty dog is staying in the doghouse. So I'm hearing no scrubs, TLC. So a scrub could be getting caught, and it was only a matter of time. You could be having an I told you so moment. We do have funeral. So someone literally could be getting caught going to jail for really injuring someone else, even murdering someone else. And if this isn't someone you know in real life, for those of you that follow true crime, that could apply. But if this is someone that used to be in your life, your intuition is telling you that it's only a matter of time before you're shown exactly why you kicked them out of your life. And what's that old saying? You sleep with dogs, you wake up with fleas. And this person is getting their karma, their comeuppance, and their fleas. And as I was saying to group number 1, vengeance is best served cold. But these kind of people, they're basically just a law unto themselves, and yeah, they kind of serve their own revenge, and you can just sit back with your popcorn and watch as they make a spectacle of themselves and possibly get caught this time. So what is the advice for group 2? I only want one. What is the advice for group 2? Please and thank you. Group 2's advice. Ooh, we've got 2. We have the dolphin spirit and the frog spirit. So clear out the clutter. And this and that are true. So yeah, this person cluttered up your energy. You didn't feel clear or cleansed. This person's energy was dirty, and energy is something that money can't buy. This person thinks they can buy love, they can buy happiness, and they can talk their way out of anything and everything. And they might have gotten away with it so far, but I feel like it's only a matter of time before they get caught and, yeah, dissected like a frog. So someone's looking into their accounts or into their funds. I'm just getting money fraud, or, yeah, they're getting caught. Someone's jumping. We have mouse spirit, tend to the small things. So you are healing, you're growing, you're flourishing. And this person feels anxious without you. They miss not only the pleasure you used to give them, but the happiness, because they were comfortable sitting on your shoulders and putting all their problems on you. But you shifted this heavy burden. It was them, plot twist. And you realize that now, without the drain, you feel a hell of a lot better. And even though it's Halloween season, you're not going to let this vampire back into your life. You learned last time, and you won't be answering the door. Even if they're knocking for a trick or a treat, you never know what you're going to get with this person, because they're all talk, no action. And you might be taking small steps, but you're getting there. You're doing something. And that's the thing. You're not getting in trouble because your hands are busy. This person is idle, and it's only a matter of time before their wicked ways come to haunt them. So you'll be telling them happy Halloween, but hey, it ain't gonna be with you. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know down below if you enjoyed this, if you resonated, what you'd like to see next. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it helps the channel grow. And I hope to see and connect with all of you again in the next one. Until then, goodbye and God bless. Mwah. Hello and welcome to all of my wonderful group number 3. So if you were drawn to the 3rd deck, you're here in the right place. Let's find out what your intuition is telling you. So can we bring in the energy for group number 3? So I hope I said group 3. I might have said group 2. I don't know. If you were drawn to that deck, it could also have a message for you. So let's see. Let's see what we've got. Some of you could like Rick and Morty. I'm thinking of that episode, Show Me What You Got, the Chariot. So yeah, this could be your intuition basically challenging you, saying, show me what you got. Yeah, so if life be testing you, just know that's for the greater good. Rome wasn't built in a day, but the Chariot takes steps every day, even if it's only little steps at a time. So I'm getting a lot of progress, especially when it comes to work for a lot of you. So what is group 3's intuition telling them? Oh, we've got the 3 of Swords. We also have the 6 of Cups. Ooh, so this is the family card. It's also the visitor. So some of you could be having a knock on your door. This could be someone from the past, or it could be a mysterious new visitor. So take as it resonates. Someone could even be making you some kind of offer. Yeah, for a lot of you, it could be an ex trying to worm their way back. But yeah, I am getting good vibes here. Someone who could bring out your inner child, in a sense. And that just flew out. So we have the 7 of Cups in reverse. So this is you overcoming distractions and focusing on healing. Yeah, you're making progress when it comes to your healing. If you had trust issues, you're realizing that distracting yourself isn't going to heal the pain. You're going to the root cause. And for some of you, the root cause of your pain could be tied back to your childhood or your family. And if that's the case, group 3, I'm so sorry, but you are not what you went through. And even if the past is trying to sweet talk you, this is you realizing that some people are just going nowhere. And even if you're part of someone's family, if they didn't have your back throughout the journey, they can't just pick and choose when to call or when to show up. You're either there or you aren't. And this could be you maybe even confronting someone from the past because you don't want to distract yourself from the problem. And to really heal it, this is you ripping off the plaster. In order to really completely heal, you need to air something out, because they say when you have a cut, sometimes airing it out is better than just putting a plaster on it. Don't use temporary measures, because this could be a long-term problem and it could be very deep-rooted. Okay, so if your intuition is telling you to call someone out or to make a big gesture in order to help you heal, Spirit is saying go for it, go all out, do what you gotta do to heal, because at the end of the day, if you're the one in the driver's seat, it's time for you to take charge. And anyone who's blocked your way, I feel like you're powering through. And now I feel a ringing in my right ear. Wow, so something is coming, you're hearing news, and you could be making judgment when you hear this news. So yeah, it is giving, maybe for some of you, deep wounded issues with your parents. But instead of judging yourself or taking on the guilt or the pain, you're giving it to someone else, it's a wake-up call, a judgment call, that if you're still hurting, there's still more healing you can do. And instead of just doing it little by little, you've tried that and you're still hurting. So you're making a big a big bold gesture. Growth. Some of you could like Nirvana or the Foo Fighters. Didn't Dave Grohl go through a scandal recently? He got caught out and the world was judging him. Yeah, because he let distractions get the better of him, because there was obviously issues there and wounds that he didn't deal with, and he was using other things as a distraction, and he ended up publicly judged, humiliated, shamed, because he wasn't willing to do the work. So you could be doing the work in your job, but this is spirit and your intuition asking you, what healing work do you personally need to do? Because it's time that you healed the root cause. And unfortunately, if that is certain people or family members, or if this is deep-rooted trust issues from a heartbreak in the past, it's spirit reminding you that you're a survivor, not a victim. And with the death, this is Scorpio energy, rebirth. You're having a rebirth, you're glowing up. Things can only get better from here. And this deep wound will heal by airing something out and getting something off your chest, by taking the negative energy off yourself, refusing to carry it for other people. This is you finding your happiness, your prosperity. But something needs to go in order for this happiness to come in. So you could literally feel like you've lost the battle, but overall you're going to win the war, because you're going to have some sort of last hurrah or swan song. You're going to speak your truth, get it off your chest. And this is you winning, you healing, because it could be the final word or the final nail in the coffin. Yeah, wow. So this is deep, but this is kind of deep-rooted soul issues coming up that spirit knows you've been hearing, heralding the call. But this is a gentle reminder that there is still a lot of healing to do for you. And that's okay, because life is a healing journey, and we're obviously going to get some battle scars and wounds along the way. But this is you having some sort of battle cry and saying your piece and winning the war. I love that. So if you've been feeling something coming and like you're about to explode, something has to happen. Yeah, I feel like you're doing something bold and not giving a shit, because you've been feeling like shit for too long. And you're taking action, you're taking charge. You're not allowing someone else to dictate or narrate your story. You're in the driver's seat and it's up to you. So I'm hearing My Prerogative, Britney Spears. And I know Britney Spears' ex has been out talking shit about her lately. Obviously during a time that she wasn't feeling her best and people didn't have her back, including her own family. So there is family betrayal that I'm picking up, but you've had so many wounds that you've realized that the only way is your way, and you've learned it the hard way, because every lesson you learn, it is the hard way. It's very intense, but this is intense healing that you're going through, because the dream come true turned out to be an absolute nightmare, a fallacy, a lie. And instead of feeling like a victim, you realize that you were not the first, and you certainly won't be the last when it comes to love and lies, because the two seem to go hand in hand. And even if you love someone, whether this is in a romantic way, a familial, or even a friendship way, you can't lie to yourself about what someone or something truly is. The mask has fallen and the smoke has cleared, and you feel like you still have more to get off your chest. And if you need to do that to heal, that's what you got to do, group 3. We have closing this cycle. Yeah. So this is the visitor. I do feel like you've got ancestors, loved ones on the other side that may be coming to visit, or, you know, something simple like a bee in the flowers or a butterfly in the grass, or just the leaves and the flowers speaking to you. This is your loved ones telling you that they've got your back and they see your pain, they see your tears, that you're not alone. Even if physically you can feel it sometimes, you know that you have a very loyal spirit team on the other side. Even if you don't feel like you have much loyalty here, you're closing any toxic cycles that were holding you back. You're clearing the smoke, getting rid of the distractions. And you realize that when it comes to smoke, you can't really hold it in your hands. So it's going to fade away eventually. So even if you're seeing the harsh reality of something and feeling disappointed, disillusioned, it was only a matter of time before the novelty would wear off. So this could just be you losing interest in someone or them losing interest in you. I feel like you're not for the distractions or the ego boosts. You need to keep it real with yourself and other people right now, because lying in any way is just being stuck in a cycle, and the only way to truly set yourself free is to maybe let someone go, or to let go of a lack or victim mentality, because you're a survivor, not a victim. I'm hearing survivor, Destiny's Child, and I do feel like your angels and your ancestors are reminding you that they've got your back. You're a child of God, and nobody can keep you down. No matter who tries to kick you when you're down or stomp on you, you get back up every time. Bigger, better, faster, and stronger. We've got ghosted, off and on, hot and cold, detached. So whoever it is that you're moving on from, for many of you, this could even be a job you're moving on from, but you realize that the best judgment you can make is the one that makes you feel the most at peace. And if you have to sacrifice your peace in order for anyone to be in your life, whether this be friends, lovers, family members, you're not down for it. And if someone doesn't like that, they can move right on. It's like water off a duck's back, because you're not giving other people the power to hurt you. They may have hurt you before, but that's not happening again, because you're not repeating cycles. And if they want to stay swimming around in circles, that's fine, but you're not going to be a sitting duck any longer, because you're moving on, you're moving forward, and you're healing. And healed people want to be around healed people. They don't just want to heal everyone else who's broken. This person isn't willing to fix themselves, and they try to break you down even in subtle ways when they're in your life. And as you're rebuilding yourself and moving forward to your next chapter, you don't want anyone who puts you down or doesn't really feel like they're truly loyal. So you're seeing where your loyalties lie by seeing who lies. And intentions can be a lot of things, but it's about seeing who actually shows up and puts their money where their mouth is. So whoever's with you on this healing journey, supporting you, you're appreciating them, and you're reminding yourself you are a survivor and nobody's victim. So yeah, your spiritual gifts are also improving, and as you heal, the more your spiritual gifts grow. So it's only upwards and onwards from here. And these things, these people that used to bring you down, they can't bring you down anymore. So I'm hearing that song, I get knocked down, but I get up again. And this is literally you, group 3. You are unbreakable, unshakable, and unstoppable. I love that. So what is the advice? Whoa, for my group 3s. Yeah, and someone may be very upset that you are cutting them out of your life, but if it's for your own happiness, your own peace of mind, you gotta do what you gotta do. And I'm all for it. We have Swan Spirit time for a deep dive. So you are deeply healing, you're deeply feeling, and there's no room for chaos or distractions or people who want to project. If they're not healed, well, you're not having them in your energy field, because these people are like ducks and you're in your swan era. So it is what it is. I'm kind of getting The Ugly Duckling. Some of you could love that book, and you're finding your peace of mind, your inner magic. And those who want to grow and elevate and become swans, they will join you. But some people are just going to stay in the same filthy pond, and this is you being brave enough to swim new shores instead of deep diving in the dirty pond. You are over that shit. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know down below if you enjoyed this, if you resonated, what you'd like to see next. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. That really helps the channel grow. And I hope to see and connect with all of you again in the next one. Until then, goodbye and God bless. Mwah. Hello and welcome to all of my group 4s. So if you are drawn to the 4th deck, you are here in the right place. You are drawn to the Out of Hand tarot deck, so things could be getting out of hand, but don't you worry, we are going to spill the tea so you can be prepared for everything that your own intuition is telling you to get ready for. So let's bring in the energy for group 4. Yeah, I could feel like there's a lot going on right now, that the energy is a little bit convoluted, but let's see why. So what is group 4's intuition trying to tell them? We have the 8 of Wands and the Empress. So for those of you trying for a baby, I feel like it's happening and it's about time for some of you is what I'm getting. So you could have been trying for a long time, but there is forward movement. This is literally about movement. It's also the sex card, and then add in the Empress and a baby here. There's some buns in the oven, and even if it's not in that way, I feel like life is cooking up a storm for you. There's plenty of new beginnings. So let's see. What is group 4's intuition telling them? We have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. So something or someone is not balanced. Let's see. This could be a stable relationship, but not a stable career or home life, living situation. There's something unbalanced. Yeah, we've got the 3 of Swords. Okay, this is collaboration, teamwork, making plans. So you're making plans that are realistic and achievable. Yeah, we've got the Emperor. Some of you could be signing contracts, mortgages, business deals. But you're making plans and you're certainly moving forward, shooting on ahead. Okay, so I feel like there is some sort of offer or upcoming deal. The Lovers. Yeah, so group 4, you are my lovers. And I feel like the love is very juicy, very sweet, and lots of memories are being made. And maybe even babies. We got strength. So yeah, this is working as a team, having each other's backs. This is trusting each other with important things and making plans, so it's not just left to one person to do it all, because that's when things can feel unbalanced. So maybe if there are plans to be made, it's about evening out the workload, because when it comes to life, even if you have a partner to go through it with, there can still be a lot on your plate and so much to do. There's always room for improvement, and I do feel like if you've a partner in your life, you're making those improvements. And if you're single but looking, I do feel like there's going to be progress when it comes to your love life. You're going to find someone on the same page, but you need to balance out something about your own life. So you know already what it is that's not fully balanced, and maybe this is something you can work on right now and make these future plans along the way, but it's looking good. We have the 10 of Cups. So for many of you, this is someone you have a family with, or you're planning a family with. And maybe it could be a very big family indeed. So happy families, and yeah, happy. So let's see. I'm hearing the song Happy by Pharrell Williams. So this is good. So your intuition is saying, you're happy and Hey, who are you to argue with that? Who am I to argue with that? But yeah, there could be something you're still, battling in the sidelines, and that could actually contribute to why you feel unbalanced, especially if you're keeping it all to yourself, because other people can't support you if you don't tell them what's going on. So there could be shocking news or a rude awakening of some sort. Yeah, someone could be helping you sort something out, or you could be telling someone to get their act together. Let's see, Queen Bee. Yeah, but instead of just talking the talk, you're walking the walk, you're doing what you're saying you're going to do. You're putting your money where your mouth is. So some of you could be putting money down or buying property or renting. You're making a move and moving on to the next chapter. So for my singles, I feel like you could be very happily single. You're the emperor of your own life, but maybe there's some sort of disconnection or imbalance when it comes to sharing the load, because it can be hard to drop your guards when you're always in protective mode, and it could be for good reason. We do have spiritual chaos. Yeah, so there could be a masculine who's having an ego death. Maybe a midlife crisis is what I'm picking up. We also have heartbreak. Yeah, so you could be helping someone through a heartbreak. For many of you, you've healed your own heartbreak. You've learned your own lessons. And someone could be coming to you for your wise advice, maybe in regards to a lover or heartbreak. And it's like before you can ascend or learn these lessons, you have to really feel it and feel the pinch. Yeah, so someone's feeling the pinch of something, but it has to be done. It's inevitable. Where there's love, there's loss, is what I'm hearing. So let's see. Can I get one more? We have fed up. Yeah. Okay, so someone could be fed up of being strong when they're heartbroken. They could be reaching out for help and support. Maybe someone actually does need to go to a support group. Maybe this could be for grief support, even AA, but someone needs help, and it's like you're having to take the emperor role. You're having to take charge because someone is quite unbalanced. Maybe you're fed up with their shit. This could be a friend or a family member that you keep having to bail out, whether that be financially, emotionally, but you can't do the spiritual work for someone else. So you could be giving someone good advice, but basically telling them, listen, you have to make these changes because I can't do it for you. All I can do is guide you in the right direction, but I can't do it for you. Yeah, so you could be telling someone to put their money where their mouth is. You're leading by example. Someone's losing sleep, so someone could have insomnia, or someone could be really just spiraling mentally. And I do feel like they could be reaching out to you. So if your intuition is currently worried about someone that you're close to, it could be right, because this person does feel at rock bottom. And it could be a family member for some of you, a sibling, it could be a child, a parent. Take as it resonates, but someone might feel like they need you right now, but they're too proud to reach out for help. So I'm hearing that song Need You Now, Lady Antebellum, I think. So yeah, someone's up all night and thinking about you, feeling like they need you. Yeah, because with the elephant spirit, learn from the past. This is you not repeating patterns, but someone's stuck in a pattern and they feel like they're spiraling, going down the drain. But a miracle is coming in, and if you've been praying for some sort of lifeline, I feel like this is your intuition and spirit telling you that it's coming. And after a long time of instability, stability is coming again, and things go in your favor, even if you feel like you've had a pattern of bad luck or toxic family dynamics. This is you moving on to a new era, a new chapter. You can help people and even at times bail them out, but sometimes you need to get your emperor on and give them a kick up the butt or some harsh advice if need be. Yeah, and it's making me think of The Emperor's New Groove, and in that movie he learns a lesson the hard way because he gets turned into a llama because he is narcissistic and he thinks he's better than everyone. So the only way he learned was the hard way, by being invisible and not acknowledged by the world and ridiculed. So someone's learning something the hard way, and I feel like if they're still not learning their lesson, you might be giving them some sass and a kick up the ass. With the whale spirit, trust the great mystery. You're still curious and you love diving deep, especially when something or someone interests you. But this is you diving deep into your own soul and your own spirit. You're really listening to the call. And if you've been ignoring the call of your soul, you're going with it because it's like a whale song. And they can be so relaxing, but they can sound very sad too, very mournful. And even if you have your grief and you have your pain, you've learned the hard way and you've flourished. And this wisdom looks great on you. You can lead by example, and it's an honor for people to really take you seriously, but you have to learn the hard way. Maybe you've questioned your faith or even wondered if you believed in miracles, but your intuition is telling you that good things are coming, but it takes you breaking the chains of the past in order to get past this and move forward into your new era. It's going to be your golden era. And even if other people are struggling, you don't have to regress back to where they are. All you have to do is be a light in the darkness. You can't bring them to where they need to be, but you can keep on shining and leading by example. But you need to fill your own cup, because you'll always feel drained and empty, and your soul will always be crying out for more if you're putting more energy into other people's needs and souls than your own. So dive deep in your own interests, your own passions, because where our passions lie, that's where creativity never dies. So if your intuition has been giving you that nudge, that wink wink, nudge nudge, kick up the ass, like, hey, let's do this, I want to do that, well, do it. Go where spirit and your soul takes you, because the miracles are endless. But you have to see it to believe it, and you are believing in miracles and you're seeing them for yourself, and it's well deserved. You are reclaiming that power, and really, group 4, it never really left. So your intuition wanted to remind you that you are the best, but it didn't happen overnight, and it took a lot of hard work to get here. So other people can learn from your story, but hey, they need to learn and see for themselves. So thank you so much for being here. Let me know down below if you enjoyed this, if you resonated, what you'd like to see next. And I hope to see and connect with all of you again in the next one. And until then, goodbye and God bless. Mwah.